And finally, Jim, the last episode listed here for the season of Dark Side of the Ring coming up, Brutus Beefcake.
And I've seen, again, one of the early clips on one of the previews of this one where he says, yeah, so they didn't know what to do. They had my face in their hands or whatever. Obviously, I think, Brutus is still alive and with us, so this is not a real dark side, but it was a dark day that happened to him when that woman caved his face in.
That's what happens when you party with Brian Blair.
Well, and that's another thing. Why the do people want to get in the ocean? What the fuck? Do you know how big the ocean is? And do you know how powerful? Do you know how powerful the currents are and the rip tides and the waves and well, you're flying, Brian, aloha from Hawaii, from Oahu or whatever. Hawaiian Brian, you know this. Why do people want to get out in the ocean? I'm not stepping foot in the fucking ocean farther than up to my knees to just walk in the cool sand. Those people that want to swim in the ocean, well, fuck you. They may never find you again. I'm going over here to the community swimming pool and get chlamydia with the rest of the folks.
Brutus Beefcake wasn't in the ocean. He wasn't even trying to swim. He was trying to parasail. He was getting ready to when a woman's...
Well, what, don't you have to be in the ocean to parasail?
Or was he getting ready to, or was it just that the woman that was parasailing hit him in the face?
Well, how would somebody parasailing hit somebody in the fucking face if somebody wasn't in the water over in which they were parasailing
he
over?
He was like standing on a dock or something. And all of a sudden, this woman flies by and knees him in the head.
If she's fucking flying over the fucking dock at that velocity, at that low of a goddamn altitude, there may have been other issues, wouldn't there? Be? We got to tune in and find out what the details. Do they have footage?
This woman was flying by. She gave him the Clearwater Beach trigger right to his face.
We'll see the reenactment, and then we'll know.
Well,
but
I think what people are not looking forward to, but they're wondering if the wife, Misty or Missy, whatever her name is.
Is that his manager?
He has a wife, Brutus Beefcake, who apparently makes a lot of outlandish comments. So people are waiting to see if.
No, she was on one of these other programs that was identified as his manager.
Oh,
Missy Beefcake.
Man, I just saw, and I hadn't seen this in a few years, so I popped. Jimmy Valiant just did some autograph show somewhere, I guess before an actual wrestling show, and he sets up, he has his table and all of his gimmicks. And he has a giant poster behind him. Come meet, legendary wrestler, WWE Hall of Famer, Jimmy Valiant, and world-renowned manager, Captain Joe. And I saw this years ago, and I'm like, oh my God, I can't believe he's still with Captain Joe, whoever this guy is. And it's just like a guy in a funny outfit with glasses. Just some guy drives Jimmy Valiant who became Captain Joe, the world-renowned manager.
Yeah, that's because everybody knows Handsome Jimmy doesn't drive often and hadn't probably since the 70s. And he'll usually ride up front shotgun in the passenger seat, but there have been other captains and majors and whoever that have managed him in the past, but they all involve around a guy that's going to drive the car and then put on an outfit and draw kids' attention at Walmart to come over to the table and buy some autographs. And he's world famous.
World-renowned. Renowned. Not even famous. He's renowned. People think highly of him. But back to Beefcake.
Yes.
There's the parasailing accident, obviously. And then at some point he was working for like Boston Transit.
Oh, God.
And he was like in the subway and he was doing cocaine. But they didn't know it was cocaine. They just saw white powder.
He was at one of the fucking ticket window. I don't know. I don't take this fucking form of transportation in Massachusetts or wherever. I don't know how it works, but where the ticket window or the tokens or whatever, he's in the window. He leaves his cocaine. They think it's goddamn anthrax. They shut the whole goddamn station down. And that made some news.
Get ready for that reenactment.
Yes, that one probably took a while to shoot.
Well, that is the upcoming season of Dark Side of the Ring. Season 5 gives you 10 reasons to see what's going to happen.
But wait a minute now, there's not a mystery episode? I thought there's always, with any kind of good deal, there's a mystery episode where you get an extra bonus piece
What?
of content and you don't know what it is. And that way, when you get it, you're pleasantly surprised.
Well, I have not heard anything about a bonus episode. The station would have to clear that. Obviously, the budget would have to be approved and increased for an extra episode.
I'll tell the people where they can find an extra mystery bonus. They need to look no further than our friends over at boxofawesome.com. Have you heard about what's going on right now, Brian?
Right now, I just realized what's going on. And yes, I've heard about what's going on right now.
Well, folks, if you don't know what's going on, I'd like to tell you, I know there's something going on over at boxofawesome.com. With your first monthly shipment of boxes of awesomeness from these fine folks that we talk about all the time, you're going to get a free mystery gift. That's exactly what's going to happen, because everybody knows the deal now about boxofawesome.com. They send out a monthly box of awesome products in a genre or particular line that you enjoy or like to piddle around with. And you're surprised at exactly what it is. Well, that's the scientific term. You're surprised at what it might be. But when you become a member of this, you've got access to stellar discounts across a plethora of products. They're taking 30% off at some points. I mean, it's amazing. And you're supporting small businesses. As we've mentioned, 90% of everything that comes in your box of awesome is from a small up-and-coming brand who have worked their fingers to the bone to provide a piece of item or merchandise that you would treasure in your home forever.
An item, not a piece of item, but just an actual item.
An item or a piece of merchandise. I may have transposed many of those words. And that's why that you should love it, because it's made with love and it's free to sign up. You can skip a month or cancel anytime. Those are the rules of the thing. I'll tell you what I got the other day. I couldn't find the card. Now I got the card right there. I got the straight up box, which, as I mentioned, I just couldn't remember the name of the box, has the incredible crystal cocktail glasses from apparently a company called Luigi Bormioli. Well, he didn't bore me with these glasses. He might have borne you. And we got the whiskey scented cocktail candle from Wax Buffalo. And we got the martini book from Workman Publishing. It's a very heavy tome, hardback with color photos. And we got a little sprinkle bottle of Bolivar bitters. You know, when you put bitters in your cocktails, I don't imbibe that much, and I don't make a lot of mixed cocktails like that. But generally, I just take a swig of Everclear if I need some. But if you put bitters in your butter or bitters in your cocktail, you got bitters from Bolivar, thanks to the folks at Bitter Cube.
But you don't need to bid on any of this. There's a way you could subscribe and just get this without bidding.
You just get it for a flat fee, and it's a fucking cheap one, too. And you get a free mystery gift with your first monthly shipment when you sign up right now at boxofawesome.com and enter the code JCE at checkout. Boxofawesome.com. The code is JCE. You get your first monthly box on any type of item that you might be interested in across a ton of different categories you can pick out. And you get a free mystery gift. Nobody knows what the fucking this thing is until you open it could be alive. We don't know.
It won't be alive. We do know, actually. It won't be alive.
I would open it with somebody standing beside it with a broom.
There is no need for extra precaution. The mystery gift will be just like all the other fine surprises in your box of awesome. Safe to open without assistance.
Well, it'll be awesome. Maybe it's The Miz. If the box is at least 3 foot square and has air holes punched in the side of it, make sure somebody is standing next to it with a broom ready to swat in case it's The Miz. But boxofawesome.com, there's your codes, JCE. It's a mystery. It's a conundrum. It's an enigma what the gift will be, but you'll find out when you break into your box.
That's right. Get your enigma with Box of Awesome promo code JCE.